Today we want to answer the question, what is it like to go overland in a Honda Ridgeline? And behind me, we have the perfect vehicle to check it out. So let's do a quick walk around and look at this thing. Right now you join us fairly near the Grand Canyon at sunset. We're in Arizona on the Overland Trail Tour. And that's the whole reason that we're getting these vehicles off-road. You can see a lot more stuff in the background that we're also producing videos on. But today we're talking about the Ridgeline, and we have a special guest. This is Tasha. She is a Honda engineer, so she can walk us through some of the specifics on what's really going on mechanically with the Ridgeline, because you work primarily on the engine side of things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I calibrate engines and then do general marketability for our cars.
Nice. So besides some of the gear that we'll talk about that's on the back of the truck and on the roof, mechanically this is a factory Ridgeline, right?
Yep, mechanically this is factory, so it's got the IVTM4 all-wheel drive system, which is our base real-time all-wheel drive, which uses all of the wheel speed sensors to detect wheel slip, and then it also has torque vectoring, so whichever wheel is losing more slip, it can send power to the other one to help chug along.
Nice, so that does a lot of the compensating for moments when you lose traction. And then to give it just a little bit of extra clearance, there's also a slight suspension lift on this. Is this a suspension lift from J-Sport?
Mm-hmm. So up in front, it's the 1.5-inch J-Sport lift. In the back, it's 3/4 inch. Again, J-Sport. It gives us a little bit less than an inch of additional ground clearance. So from that 8.1 inches, we are probably around 8.7.
Just a little bit of extra certainly can't hurt. And then there's also some custom skid plates down here that were actually produced by Honda. These aren't specific skid plates that are for sale, right? But it's definitely nice to have a little extra underbody protection.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the skid plates were designed and fabricated in-house. It's definitely an added bonus whenever you go overlanding or off-roading. You want to protect your oil pan, engine, transmission, and then we have the secondary one for the fuel tank.
Under the hood of this Honda Ridgeline, you have a 3.5-liter V6 with 280 horsepower and a 9-speed automatic, as well as a pretty burly all-wheel drive system that has managed to get it out here in this terrain. And you can also get 18 mpg city and 24 mpg highway, so definitely a good bit better than the average off-roader. We're doing a little bit of off-road driving in the Honda Ridgeline, just a light trail, and right now we're coming up to a kind of V-shaped dip, and the approach and departure angle are having no issues. This is fairly soft sand, and the all-wheel drive system is dealing with it without an issue. This kind of trail that we're going on right now is generally the type of trail that you're going to come across, if not harder than the average trail that you're going to come across, in order to get out to the places where you want to go camp, overland. There's definitely harder trails out there that would be putting us a little bit more to the test, but on this type of light off-roading, the Ridgeline is doing fine. It's not struggling in the slightest. And now that we're doing a little bit of high speed running, one thing I like about this a lot is that it rides really well. The suspension is nice and soft, especially as loaded down with gear as we are. And so I can carry a nice amount of speed and actually have some fun cruising over some of the more rutted and uneven sections of road here. There's of course an awning on the other side. You've got a roof basket with some max tracks on the top, which are all nice goodies to have. Not strictly necessary. Max tracks are definitely good to have in case you get into a situation where obviously you're digging yourself into a hole. But there's a pretty cool tire rack system back here so that you can have a full-size spare, and it's tucked in there pretty nicely. Where is that from and how does it work?
So that is another J-Sport item. It basically mounts to the factory tie downs. So there's one up in this corner and then one on the actual bed.
You don't need tons and tons of gear. It leaves a nice amount of space in the bed for you to throw more gear. We've got all of the folding chairs for this camping trip in the back. And there's a bunch of rigs here that are super built out, like this Gladiator that's on 37s, but for everything that we've been doing, The Ridgeline has gotten everywhere that we've needed to go. It hasn't gotten stuck any. And then of course, if you have a rooftop tent and some basic camping gear, you're gonna have everything that you need to go out to a location like what you see right here and have a great time camping. And this is one of the most beautiful spots I've ever been to camp at. And here we are in the Ridgeline. This particular Ridgeline is a Sport, but it also has the HPD package. So the Sport starts at $36,500, and then the HPD package starts at $2,800, and that gets you a couple of cool extra goodies, right?
It does. So the HPD package, you get this sick decal, these unique bronze colored wheels, which
right now
of course are badged with mud.
Yeah, they're mud colored right now. And then you also get these fender flares, and then the grill is different as well, right?
Yep. So the grill, there's a unique, basically matte black finish grill that comes with the HPD package.
And this Ridgeline with the HPD package in white, and yeah, again, you can't really tell the color of the wheels, but this whole color combo stands out really, really well, makes it look more rugged. And then we've got these Firestone Destination ATs on here, which have been having no trouble gripping everywhere that we've gone through mud, as you can see. Also over some small rock features. The Ridgeline is a good, practical, all-around option for somebody who has to daily drive their pickup, because sure, it doesn't have the biggest bed on the market, it's not the most dedicated off-roader, but it can do everything as well as you need it to, and there's a lot of creative storage solutions. The all-wheel drive system works effectively enough to get us out to as beautiful of a location as we were at today, which is pretty impressive. The Ridgeline starts with the Sport at $36,500, and the HPD package that's on this one, which adds the really cool wheels, the cladding, the graphics, and a special grill, that's $2,800, and it definitely adds a lot to the look of this vehicle. This is the best looking Ridgeline that you can get, in my opinion. So I'd say that package is worthwhile. But it's an all-around practical, easy vehicle to live with. You get good fuel economy. It's not a massive vehicle that's difficult to park. You get Honda's legendary reliability. So if you need to daily drive your truck, but you also want to be able to throw things in the bed, do some light off-roading, this is a good option and one worth checking out. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.